Next we have the pleasure of a long-standing colleague of Peter's, Dorti Been from the Netherlands. Welcome, Dorti.
I put it up a little. So, thank you for inviting me, Gail, and thank you, is it okay? Yeah? Okay. The KCC community. I'm very much honored to be here, and maybe also speak as platform from Groningen. We are honored to say something about what Peter and the KCC community, and especially Elspeth, Susan, and Martin has meant for us. This presentation, although I'm a little nervous at the moment, gave me also a lot of joy, because it touched a lot of memories. Preparing this presentation, I made a lingogram of the meaning of Peter Lang in my life, and it's over there. It looks very, very neat, a little bit restricted, but while I was working on it, it's bloomed and bloomed. But it also, for me, is to do it like this, to press it in 2 minutes, 2 minutes in 10 minutes. I have to be restricted in my speech, but it gave a lot of fun. For instance, also the all-inclusive summer school. You know, everybody who heard those speeches in the morning, I needn't talk about it because that a lot of fun came out of it. And even 2 days ago, Sabina, who is here, also from Platform, said, oh, just don't forget the swimming sessions we had with Elspeth and Peter one time. So it colored a lot, and it expanded. And you could say, and I'm glad that we can put it on the wall more again, and maybe that gives more the idea that the meaning of Peter Lang is also an ocean, gives an ocean of meaning. I will press a few. The first time I met you, Peter, and also Martin and Susan, and then maybe Elspeth was there, was in 1989 at the KCC workshop you organized all together. It was my first time I spent a whole week of my holiday, precious day, for a training like that. So I had quite some doubts, but the invitation about the summer school was very attractive. Another thing, what gave me some doubts, was that a couple of months ago, I fell in love with a man. And I also wanted to spend some holiday with him. So that was quite a dilemma. One of my friends said, well, is that a good decision? Spending on a whole week on some work items. Why not on the love of your life? So I spent some time with him in England, and he drove me with a car to KCC, summer school, and so with pain in my heart, I left him. Also, I was nervous because I didn't read all the articles you were supposed to read. I thought so. But as soon as I came in, I felt at ease. And I was glad I persisted going to there. I remember very well the atmosphere. It was also quite different what I used to. Remember, it was 1989. It was an informal atmosphere. I could even wear my holiday clothing. And there were some other things who made KCC Summer School very different. And although there were quite some experts, I don't think if you were there, Fern, maybe you were, or peers, I don't know. They were just walking around instead of giving lectures. And there was a participation atmosphere in bus groups, all around all sorts of theoretical questions and items. people from all different backgrounds. There were even priests. I thought it was quite odd, but it was fun having them in the group. All sorts of cultures, so all sorts of perspective. And it was, in a way, it was also living theory. That was the beginning. I get the notion of living theory. So when I came home, Nico, he's also here, so I stayed connected with him. That was the love of my life, or is. I hear you laughing. And my colleagues, like Sabina said, was it worthwhile going the whole week? And I don't know exactly what my answer was, but it was quite a story. And I can say it was the last time I was by myself on a summer school in England from KCC or workshop. We went by pairs, mostly, I think that's a very small amount, mostly we were by 4, 5, 6, we came with a whole lot. And also, you, Peter, came together with Elspeth to the Netherlands, giving workshops, and also Glenda, also Philip came and gave workshops. We learned a lot. You introduced us to a lot of ideas. But what influenced me, that I think also my other colleagues, was the context you co-created you all together, the learning context and workshop context. And I was wondering, because of Gail's questions, I haven't seen you working, Peter, as a therapist, but I have seen working in role play, Elspeth, and you was always taking a certain position. And I was wondering, is the way you are like a co-therapist, or how you are as a therapist, or how you are as a presenter or a worker, not quite a presenter, but how you organize your summer schools. Is that such a big difference? I had the idea, I forgot something, but let's go on. The main thing is, I was at the end, I thought, or nowadays when you were talking about awe and wonder, so that is how my presentation is called, maybe it's all together in awe and wonder. Because in the very beginning when we met you, so 25 years ago, and we were more or less, the group Dutch, we were talking about you, gossiping, in a way like, he is really a typical Englishman, a gentleman, talking in a very eloquent way. We never could learn. Being present, always, but very modest. Using humor, but not in a sarcastic way. But if, as time passes, I and the others also see you more and more speaking about and living in awe and wonder. Awe and wonder sounded at first a bit funny, maybe a bit silly, but it is quite a complex sentence, we thought, because in awe and wonder you connected being aesthetic with curiosity, and curiosity with wondering, and wondering with respect, and respect with fitting, and fitting with amazement, and amazement with appreciation, and so on and so on. Our wonder, I find out, has in every situation a different color. In some situation, astonishment, is very present, and in other situations, respect is on the foreground. So awe and wonder, for me, is very complex, and it can be a real challenge to live in awe and wonder. For instance, how to stay in awe and wonder in a harsh ethical situation. But being in awe and wonder, like if I say to myself, awe and wonder, it helps me not to disconnect. Also, I introduce it in supervision, what I do. And I try to get people, supervisors, connected to awe and wonder. Because I really think in this time where systemic thinking and doing systemic work is in a very hard position. A lot is cut down, it's not paid in the Netherlands anymore. I hear the same sort of story in England. And so it helps to stay connected and not get angry and even slam people if you get so angry. It really helped to stay and be wondered. So thank you very much for that, Peter. That's it. And
Thank you, Dorti, for that lovely collection of connections, and I'm really enjoying hearing some of the memories of these summer schools. Of course, some of you might want to come to the Bedfordshire Systemic International Winter School, which we continue in January, February. You have to look at our website or email me.